Hello again. Welcome to second day of Security Summit. I'm the host. My name is Adis. I'm the host of the Sherlock Holmes Hall. Our next session is from Suprema. Thanks to Mr. Cyril AUDIAU. He will speak today about Suprema Access Control application cases, education, healthcare, fitness club, and shared office. He's technical support lead engineer in Europe at NAF at Suprema. I'm quite sure that we will have very interesting topic to hear from Mr. Cyril. Yesterday was very good. Today will be much better, hope so. So, Mr. Cyril, you may now proceed. The stage is yours, and good luck. And I just want to note, if you have any question, please share in chat option or provide on my email. See you soon. Stage is yours, Mr. Cyril, and thank you very much.
Thank you. So hello, everyone. So I am in charge of technical support for Suprema since 2 years now. Before I was working for distributors and installer and integrator in security and electrical businesses. And I'm glad to take time to explain you how we can use Suprema devices in some use cases, not all use cases, because we have lots of type of vertical businesses like construction site and industries and everything. But I would like to focus on some of them. But first, let me show you what we are going to speak about. So I would like first to just make a short brief about what is centralized system and what is distributed systems, but only explain that there is not only 2 ways to work. I need also to make a short focus on credentials because we need to know what type of credential we can use. Then I will explain more in details centralized option provided by Suprema. I will do the same for distributed. And then I will go on some sectors like education, healthcare, fitness, and I will finish my presentation with some customer application. And you will see that we are make lots of things in access control all over the world. So first, I will do like yesterday meeting. So sorry for people who has already seen it. I just want to focus on some part about Suprema. So Suprema is a South Korean company, which is focused in security and biometrics. We are established since, as you can see, 20 years now. And we are good rank in access control market, but also in biometrics for EMEA market since many years, and European territories for our whole business is around 24%. I am based in Paris. We are focused for all European territories from Greece, Turkey, Nordics, but also Russian and North African territories. What we provide is always a good sales contact because we are in the same time zone, mostly. You can get direct support also. You have 24 months warranty for device, and we can ship it really quickly since we have a whole warehouse with all devices available. We can provide end-to-end solution for access control and time attendance. This is our main market, what we are here together today to speak about. We have also a second market, which is BioSign, which is biometrics algorithm we sell for smartphone most of the time. All Samsung S10 and S20 is running with this algorithm. Also, we provide, since some years now, some remote and contactless solution for credit card, but also to manage access control. As you can see, we have a full end-to-end access control on time-bettered solution for both distributed and centralized solution, but also software, peripheral, and credentials. But let me first make a short brief about centralized and distributed solution. As you can see, we have a main difference. In one case, all doors need to be connected to a single door controller, or you can use in distributed one intelligent reader which manages everything. Your door needs door contact, electric streak, reader, and exit button, or second reader. In one case, you have lots of cable who need to go back to your control panel. In the other case, all could be done near the door. As you can see, centralized is really simple to replace. If tomorrow we need to replace a centralized system by another centralized system, it will be really simple. We remove reader, door controller, we change it, and it will work. This is why we are always addressing some market. As you can see, one core station could manage 52 doors with a single reader for each door. I will explain and review it later. In case of distributed solution, it's more convenient if you have already some Ethernet wiring, because if reader is PoE, you can directly power reader from PoE. You will need only extra power supply for locks. But today we know world is not as simple as we would like. So we offer also the same solution, but with some doors in the company will be managed in centralized cases, and other door could be managed by distributed devices. This is what we can do, for example, for an old site, which is centralized. We will remove centralized system and add a new core station in spite of the old door controller. But for new doors, we can use distributed reader. And all this will be able to be managed with the same software, BioStar2, and will be able to be connected to third-party system from API. Credentials. What type of credential we can use? Today, you can see that we have more and more credential available, from QR code, RFID card, mobile, biometrics. Let me first focus on this QR code. A QR code is a small image which contains some information like a card number or text, and we can read it from a reader and get access granted. We provide secure QR code, which means that if you try to read the QR code, which is on the phone, it will display not a card number, but a specific name or letters that will be translated by the reader. How we can use it? The main goal of QR code today is to manage visitors or to manage employees which come from the first time at the company, newcomers. They can get their card after a first process with a QR code, and then they will get a card to get normal access every day. We will use Suprema X-Station device in this case. If we speak about RFID card now, as you can see, RFID card is really old technology. We use it since many years, but it is a change from sweeping card to some Wigan card, then MyFair Classic, multi-class card from HID, and also EV3 Desfire card. So Desfire EV3 was released this year in 2020, and we are still fighting to work with only Desfire card to get security. As you can see, This card is really old and unsecure, but if you use this fire card, you get some secure card. Counterpart is cost will be not the same. If you use unsafe card, it will be low price, but if you would like to ensure more security level, the price will be higher. But for sure, if you are using some high class or MyFair Desfire card, it will be better to ensure security for biometrics. And we are now moving to mobile credential also, since we do not want to have a plastic card to get access granted or access denied. Today, lots of users are using their own smartphone also to pay. So why not get access control inside your phone? It will also save cost. You can use it in two ways, depending of your need, dynamic or regular. I can explain it more deeper. It depends of how you are going to run this mobile card. You can get your own design, so you can have a brand image on your card, which is on your phone. We can add it small devices on all MyFair reader to get it working with this mobile card. Or we can use wearable like Android devices or iOS. And as you know, biometrics will be the next. Biometrics will be always what you are. It's not like a card, which is something you have in your hand, or a pin code, something you have in your brain. This is why we are focused on fingerprint, because with fingerprint, we can go deeper and make a really secure template which contain all information from ridge and core and delta from your finger. We do not store inside a card or database image. We store template, so numbers. For face, we are working on face since 10 years now. This first device is discontinued since some years now, and we have introduced during the past year some new devices, Face Station 2, Face Lite, and Face Station F2 last year. All the time, this device is a bestseller. And as you can imagine, we may release something in 2 years now, because cost is now not an issue for devices. It's like the same price as a fingerprint devices, mostly. So it's as speed and as performant as fingerprint. But this is face, so this will be something which is touchless. And with new technology, we can increase performance. We can use it also with mask and glasses, but also we can check or detect abnormal body temperature, for example. This will help to answer our complex problem or complex word coming today. Let me go a little bit deeper now on centralized details from Suprema. We are able to provide you a Suprema intelligent biometric controller. It means that we can store inside the device biometrics. You can imagine everything is inside this controller. It's mostly unique on the market. Our door controller could manage 4 doors and store lots of users. We can go to 58 doors. 132 is when we are using Vigant, but Vigant is not secure enough, so we need to forget it in the near future. On each part of the core station, you will find all what you need. So RS485 reader connection, power, but also Wigant, LED and beep connection, but also input for door sensor and exit button, and also the relay to ask the door to be open. For this device, we have created a dedicated device for RFID, but also fingerprint. As you can see, we have BER2, which is a fingerprint reader, which is get nothing inside the reader. Every time you put your finger, it will request your finger authentication to the core station. All devices are ready to work outside, and they can manage also all type of card. But we say it's a biometric controller, so we are able also to manage fingerprint, but also face. And that's not the end, because we need also some peripheral to add more doors or manage elevators. So we can add a DM20, which is allowed to manage 2 doors. We can add also OM120, which is mostly used to manage elevators, but we can use it to manage some room spaces for each users. And we provide also Secure I/O, which the goal is to manage one door relay with inputs per door. We have also an enclosure, which is able to get inside one core station or 2 cards for OM120. Let me show you briefly how you can set up 8 doors on a core station. As you can see, we have one DM20, which is running 4 doors, but also 4 door is running directly on the core station. And everything will be connected on the core station or on the DM20. In fact, when we speak about capabilities, we think always what we can do, what we can achieve with a biometric controller. Our biometric controller will be able to reach 8 fingers at the same time or 5 face. This is why we always recommend to do not go upper than 8 fingerprint devices or 5 face devices. As you can see, we can think distributed will be more simple or more complicated. It will depend on your mind, how you have used to make some access control system. We will provide you a full device lineup product with fingerprint, QR code reader, face, peripheral, and also RFID readers. It will help you and to find the right way. As you can see, we have PoE device, we have outside device, we have live finger detection devices to if you need more security on your system. And we have also face device for outside. But when we speak about intelligent reader, we need to connect on the reader directly. Input for door control, so door position, but also exit button, or we can choose to directly connect 2 reader, 1 slave reader to the master reader to open the door. But this is a simple way to work, but we can ensure more security by using Secure I/O. In this case, reader will be outside, but relay and input will be inside the room you need to secure. No one can open the door by just playing with wire coming from the reader. Since I have tried to make a short brief about all the things we can provide you, let me go a little bit deeper in what we have already done. And I would like to introduce some specific cases. And the first one will be education. For education, mostly we need to manage a main door entrance for checking presence from students. Most of the time they are running turnstile, but also they will need to manage some specific doors to restrict access, like chemical lab or electrical lab. Mainly they are used to play with cards because it's like a corporate culture, but for this university. We are used to manage lots of users, and this user is changing every 2, 3, 4, 5 years for students. And we need to be able to work with all readers available on the market. This is why mostly this type of user would like to use a centralized system with cards, but we see since 1 year now, lots of projects coming with mobile credential because people does not want to have a card. We lose it, we miss it at home. So our smartphone, we always have it on our door. One example I would like to show you is Vinh University, which is in Hanoi in Vietnam. There is lots of users, 3,000. They would like to work with Core Station and XPath D2. And they are using some BioStar software, but also third-party systems. So they are using API to get all information to their own systems. It means that all users will be included inside BioStar from their Archer system. The second project we have done, main one, is some university in Turkey where they are using turnstile on all doors. But in this case, it was 2 turnstile on one gate, 2 turnstile on another gate. So mainly they are using some distributed readers, but for building, it was centralized. So let me think about healthcare needs now. Needs will be not so far. They need to manage visitors at the main gate entrance because lots of people is coming inside and outside to see people on the hospital. But we need to be more secure for surgery and drugs warehouse. So this is why they mainly would like to use biometrics. Number of users will be not so big, but visitor will be high. This is why they would like to check visitors at the entrance. And for sure, they would like to be as possible and hands-free solution, but also thermal check. In this case, we think distributed system with face or QR code reader will be interesting. Fitness and shared office have some difference because mostly we would like to manage a single door, mostly, but we will need also to be able to move partition to enlarge office. So it means if we have done a centralized system, we need to unwire and rewire everything. But with distributed solution, we will need to get all devices really quickly. The second point, people would like to manage in these specific cases all users with email registration, but also visitors. And they would like also, in case of monthly fee, to connect validity card to this monthly fee. This is why we always mostly have seen in the past distributed devices with fingerprint or card, but now they are moving strongly to mobile card and QR code reader. The second point, which could be a good thing, is to be able to give a long-range gate opener for car park, for example. Today, we will need to use a specific device with a specific tag on the car, but now with Bluetooth on mobile card, we can send a command from the phone to open this specific reader around 5 to 10 meters. It will depend. So first point was email registration. No people at the entrance to check who is going on inside the building, who is going out the building. For both users, which is used to come in every day, but also for visitors with QR code reader. The main project we can focus on could be dog project. My colleagues Artem will display this project tomorrow, and we'll explain more deeper what we have done for this project. Let me speak about other projects we have in our market, like industrial. For Bosch Global, for example, we have made for them since many years now factories in Turkey where they are creating device for Bosch groups. So they have a lot of employees, 10,000, and they would like to use specific reader like Legic reader, IDESCO, but also under reader. This is why we provide them some core station and biostation too. This device helps them to be focused on all people are coming on the company, and workers does not have any issue to come in. For the second project, it was City Development Limited company. We managed less user, but it was an existing building. So this is why we are mostly using core station and OM100 because we manage elevators also. For airport, we can manage also access control with RFID, but also fingerprint, depending of security level which is needed. This is in Incheon in Korea. We can also provide some core station for access control and time attendance because it was also a huge building which is already existing. So it was more easier to revamp this installation. But we have also done some works for embassy, not only Italian, but lots of them. And they would like to use intercom. So this is why we are using some specific device like BioStation A2, which allow you to create a SIP intercom. They would like to use fingerprint, but also card for some users. For some industrial companies, we also use access control on core station because they would like to have everything inside. Each site will have a core station with everything inside. If a remote site does not get internet or does not get VPN connection to the headquarters, it will run because core station get inside all credentials. And now let me finish with a specific and maybe for some of them a strange customer application, which is a football club. We have done lots of projects for English league champion seat like Leicester since many years now. and it's still expanded on other Champions League also. Let me show you briefly what it was done with this short video.
So taking the in and out data that the fingerprint system provides us, we can use this with our access control system to work out how long a specific employee has been at work, and from that, using a simple calculation, we can ensure that they get the right pay for the right hours that they've worked, ensuring the safety of everybody within the stadium. When we embarked on this journey initially, we wanted to use a system that we could integrate with our existing access control system, as opposed to setting up a completely separate and at arm's length system around the stadium. So we spoke to Johnson Controls and looked at what was on the market. Suprema came to us because ease of registering the users, ease of use on the machines, they're very simple, they're quite appealing to the eye, and also the ability to take the raw data that comes out of the reader and use it in several roles. So currently it's pay, but then we will expand it going forwards into other functions here and at our new training ground facility. So the main advantage to us of the Suprema system was its expandability going forwards. So what we are now starting to do is incorporate biometrics with access control into staff areas. Obviously, when we first started with the system, we had to consider the implications of GDPR. We produced a small letter to all users, and basically when they initially gave their first images, it spelled out that the club would retain the data specifically and only for the purposes of pay and or access control, that the data would be retained in-house on Leicester City Football Club servers, and that they of course had the right not to take part, not to give their image.
I'm Damien Moore, I'm the Regional Sales Manager for Johnson Controls. So the complexity of the installation, as you can appreciate with a 32,000 capacity Premier League football stadium, I think one of the main reasons ourselves at Johnson Controls chose to partner with Suprema on this project was the support both around the installation and from a project management point of view. The benefits of working with Suprema on the Leicester City project is now evident to Johnson Controls as a business that Suprema can integrate now with many of our core products.
We saw the video. Thank you for that.
So
I have
only point I say after the
please.
video is that first request from Leicester was about who is inside the stadium, and we need to know precisely who is inside, but also we will need to pay them for the time they have be inside the stadium. This is why the first request was done to Suprema, because with biometrics, as you know, we could not say it, we could not check it for another people. So this is why they come first to us, because it was so simple for them to create user in BioStar and add new user and manage some information for time attendance. This is the first coming inside, and now they are thinking to get a Suprema device for also access control for training center and lots of other sites.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you again. I have one question for you, Cyril.
Yeah.
What role does the access control play as the line of defense when it comes to IoT security?
To IoT security?
Yeah.
We have two concerns for access control. The first one is about European regulatory for personal data. This is the first concern. The second one is security for the software. So this is more about certification, ISO 27001, which is about cybersecurity. What I can explain on both is that we get already certificate. We could be GDPR compliant for European territories, but not only for European territories, because, for example, Turkish people is now asking to get also privacy. So they are more asking for biometrics on card. So this is the first way how we can be secure. The second way is how we encrypt data in BioStar, but also in controllers and readers. Everything will be encrypted in database, but not also in database, but also in readers for template, card. All personal data will be encrypted. You will not be able, if you get a device, to see inside the memory who is there. You will see a number, maybe a number 1, which is me, for example, in BioStar services, but you will not be able to retrieve my name inside the device.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I hope that the participants are satisfied with your answer. I didn't have more questions for you. If you have something to add at the end, if you're some missing or would like to maybe just say hi to all participants. Yeah, please.
Let me explain. We try to do lots of case study and display to our new commerce, but as you can understand, it will be really difficult for some company to share that we have done lots of things with them. For example, we work a lot for data center, but it will be for us really difficult to say, oh, we have done this project with all this data center and they are pleased to use it, because this is more security reasons. They do not want to share this information. But we are involved since many years in data center for a big partner in US territories, but also European territories. And what we can see since 2 years is that people is mostly moving from card to mobile card, and they are requesting a lot for visitor management. They do not want anymore some visitors inside the building without any information on it. And it includes also hospitals. This is why I speak about QR code for healthcare center.
Okay, I will definitely recommend my friends that owner of fitness center. So, Cyril, thank you very much once again. Thank you all of you that join us at Suprema presentation. You can find Mr. Cyril at virtual booth. You can text him, you can request a meeting, you can share more information, you can find more information about Suprema on the virtual booth. Thanks again, and speak to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.